Hello.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
How are things?
Good.
Good. All right, I'm going to start setting up breakout rooms. I don't know if we'll go into them today, probably, but anyway, let participants choose and create. Okay. Disease dynamic. I have to lean over to look at my screen because my cat is sitting in front of it. One of my cats. Heredity, machines, meteorology. They like to watch the mouse go across the screen. I think it's alive. They try to find it by looking behind the screen. It's pretty funny.
That's cute.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they're pretty smart, but they have not mastered the idea of a two-dimensional screen. Maybe when they get a little older. Watch out, kiddo. Reach for the stars.
Have they tried to grab them, like the mouse on the screen?
Yeah, they do. They try and they paw at it. They really like it if I put a YouTube video of birds on there. But then
do they like chase the birds through the screen or something?
Yeah, they try and get them. Luckily, they don't try to bite them, but they do try.
That's so cute.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm not going to open the rooms yet, but I have them all set up. I'm going to share my screen. Here.
Actually, could me and Athena go into a room by ourselves?
Right away?
No, not right away. Like what we all do. I just wanted to see if we could.
Yeah, sure. Okay. So sharing my screen, and what I just put I have here. Yeah, okay. I'll close that one. All right. So I got even more information from the event organizers of the Harvard Brown event coming up on Sunday. So you guys know that it's Sunday the 31st, right? And we have seen. I'll go to the schedule again, but just so you can see. Okay, now I got to move you. Come on, go look at the cars out the window. Good girl. All right. So starting at 11 a.m. and going to 5 p.m. So the first event is from 11 to 12, and the last event is from 4 to 5 in the late afternoon. Okay. So be ready. We'll have another session tomorrow at 4 o'clock, and then we're going to have a session on Saturday, probably at about 12:30 on Saturday is when I'd like to have a session, just to tie up any loose ends, answer any questions you may still have, and make sure everybody's ready for the event on Sunday. Okay. So, yeah, go ahead.
So after the Brown Harvard meet, will we still have these meetings? Because that's our big event, right?
Well, kind of. I mean, it's the big event for all 30 of you who are participating in this event. But the state event, the Rhode Island State event, is in some ways, I guess you could say, bigger, because The results of the state event determine which teams go on to the national competition. This Harvard Brown, Science Olympiad Invitational is sort of like a tune-up for the state competition. The problem with the state competition is they only allow one team of 15 from each school. So whereas we have two teams of 15 for a total of 30 going to the Harvard Invitational this weekend, we're going to only have one team of 15 going to the state competition. And I had a parent ask me, I'm going to send out an email about this probably in the next couple of days. I had a parent ask me, how am I going to choose who goes to the state competition? So we have a team 1 and a team 2 right now. So I'll just put those up on the screen again so you can see them. Actually, here we go. So team 1 and team 2 in these two columns. That it's not necessarily true that all of team 1 is going to be going to the state competition and all of team 2 is not going to be going. That is I would say the most likely scenario, but it may be that that some team members from team 1 may not want to do that. Maybe it hasn't been all that fun, or you're just kind of losing interest. So it may be that we have some people dropping out. I'm also going to have, I'm going to look at the results of the Harvard Brown Invitational this weekend. And, if there's anybody from team 1 who really kind of didn't put in a good effort or didn't, didn't show up for the whole thing, something like that, then I would be inclined to replace them with somebody from team 2 who did show up and did, a really good job. So the take-home message is, if you're on team 2, that doesn't necessarily mean that you won't be going to state, but it probably does for most of you. As I said, there are a few who, as I said, there may be a few who from team 2 who go, and a few from team 1 who don't. But so the selection process is going to be after the Harvard Brown Invitational, and I'm not going to do it right away. All right, I just want, after the Invitational, I just want everybody to kind of relax and feel good and kind of soak in what you just accomplished, and then let's say 10 days to 2 weeks after that, I'll make the selection of the team who goes to the state. Now, having said all that, there is a possibility. I don't have any information about the state competition at this point. There is a possibility, because it's entirely online, that that they would allow 2 teams from each school. So if that's the case, then then everybody can who's going to the Harvard Invitational can go to the state competition as well. And when I say go to, I mean participate in, because we're not physically going to be going anywhere until the pandemic is under control. Okay, so does that answer your questions about that?
Yeah.
Okay, great. I've also, I've also taken note. I haven't. I've been keeping track, sort of in my head and a little bit writing down who is consistently showing up to the meetings and stuff, and that certainly counts a lot towards going to the state competition after the Harvard Invitational. Okay, so. What I got today, well, before I get to that, are there any other general questions?
The Harvard Brown Invitationals are on the 31st, right?
Yes, Sunday the 31st, that's right. Yep. So here again is the schedule for that day. Okay, Division B, that's us. So the events start at 11 and they go for an hour each, right? So 11 to 12, 12:15 to 1:15, 1:30 to 2:30, 2:45 to 3:45, and 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock. So those time blocks are when we're going to have our events. And notice that in each time block, we have 3 events happening, I think. 3 or 4. Yeah, there we go. So in the middle time block, we've got 4 happening. And if you missed it last time, the ranges here, the numbers here indicate team numbers. And if you remember, our team numbers are teams 1 and 2. Okay, so we're in the 1 to 20 time block for each event. I also have the times listed on, and this is shared. Remember, this schedule is shared, so you can find it on your Google Drive through school. I also have the time blocks for each event listed on this spreadsheet here, okay? So now my cat is really going after my mouse. Move it, I can't see. All right. So I have the time blocks listed here that each event is taking place, okay? So you can match up your name with each time block. All right. Any other general questions? Okay, very good. So what I started to show you was that there's been another document that was released by the Harvard Brown event organizers. And, you know, it's just sort of a general overview, but, and it's stuff that you probably already know if you watched that video and you've looked over the other documents that I've already put on our shared drive. But let me share this one with everyone. All right. So let's see, this is, I forget what it's called now. Welcome packet, I think. Yeah, welcome packet. Okay. So we'll say HUSO BSO welcome packet for both students and parents. Okay, so you should definitely take a look at this document and also have your parents take a look at it. Oops, I added everybody as an editor. Oh, there we go, viewer. Okay, maybe that worked, maybe it didn't, I don't know. Okay. So let's just quickly go over this while we're here together. So it tells you about information and notifications. So this is one thing that you want to have your parents do, and if you have a cell phone, you can do it too. But certainly your parents should be aware that they should be part of this remind notification system. Okay, so they can text this short message here at HBSO21B to the number 81010. I did it earlier today and it worked just fine. Then you get a message, a text from Remind. So this is for, you know, it's a system that keeps everybody who's on it updated as to, you know, when the events are happening and whatever else may be going on the day of or a couple days before the tournament happens. All right. It also tells you some things about communication, questions or concerns that arise during the tournament itself. Access to the tournament and events. We've kind of been over this already, but definitely useful to go over it again. Here is the link, which is on that other document I shared the last time we met, but it's also on this one. So you go to scilympiad.com/HUSOBSO, and you type in that that login ID, that 6-character login ID that I alerted you to last time. Did anybody try that and not succeed? In other words, you tried to log on to the SciOlympiad site with that login ID and it didn't work? Is that true for anybody?
Yeah, it didn't work for me.
Sorry, who is that talking?
Emma.
Emma, okay. So let's see, Emma. Let's make sure, first of all, that you have the right login ID. So where to find that? That's on. No, not there. Okay, hold on a sec. Here we go. Okay, so Emma, your login ID. Here we go. Sorry, I had trouble finding you there for a second. I forgot the alphabet. 1019WE. Is that the login ID that you try to use?
No, thanks.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, so you got to make sure you got the right login ID there, okay? Anybody else need your login ID while we're on this page?
Can I have mine?
Okay, sorry, I can't see who's talking. I don't know why, but it's not showing up.
I'm her Niksha.
Here, Niksha? Okay. Let's here we go. So 1019 WN. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
You bet. Anybody else?
So I can't find the HUSO BSO science SciOlympiad student guide.
What, the one that I just shared with you or the one I shared last time?
The one you just shared.
I don't know. Maybe it takes a minute to do that. I'm not sure. Anybody else look for it and not find it?
Oh wait, it's the welcome one, the one that says like welcome at first.
Yeah, welcome packet. Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Got that
Then
one?
I have it.
Okay, good. All right. Anybody else need your login ID for this Olympiad? Okay. All right, great. Well, if you haven't tried it yet, definitely try it tonight. And if you have any trouble, logging in, the first time you do it, you can create your password. All right. If you forget your password, though, you'll have to email me because I have the capability of resetting your password, but you don't. So you'll have to email me and then I can go in and reset your password for you. Okay. So give it a try if you haven't already. And if you have trouble, let me know. Okay. So right, you'll be able to log on, okay, with that login ID, and you'll be able to access your events. You'll see what events you're scheduled for, and you'll also well, you won't be able to open the test just yet. Of course, they won't be available until the day of the the tournament. But you'll at least see what events that you have scheduled and make sure they're the right ones, the ones you've been preparing for. I'm sure they are, but you should double check. Okay, the schedule is here, so that's the final event schedule. Let's just click that to make sure that there haven't been any changes. Okay. So there are no changes for us, but it looks like, I'll make it bigger here. At least I don't think there are. Oops. Okay, where was that? Yeah. Red Scholar. Oops. Close that for now. Okay, so I'm just going back and forth between these two. Water quality. Oh, I see. All right. So it looks like they ended up with 83 teams total, and they've removed the 81 to 100 block and just grouped those 81 teams, 81, 82, and 83 in with our group with the 1 through 20. So that's fine. There are no changes for us. All right. So the schedule is still the same. Just double checking to make sure. Yep. That's a good thing because if they had changed it at this point, then there might have been some conflicts, so it looks good that they kept it. All right. So that was there, and now I'm looking at this. Okay, so there's the event schedule. Notice here that it says you have to take the exam in the assigned time block. Scores will be invalidated if the test is not submitted within the allotted time frame. Okay, so by the end time of each time block, or if the test was opened outside of the allotted time frame. So if, I don't know if you opened it before or after, they should be able to control that, you know, that you shouldn't be able to open it outside of the allotted time frame. But in any case, make sure you're only opening it within the allotted time frame. Okay, then there are things about appeals. If anything goes wrong, we can submit an appeal, and we'll have to do that within 1 hour of the end of the event that we're appealing. There will be a closing ceremony, so this is going to be fun, I think, starting at, so it'll be on a YouTube channel starting at 8:30 p.m. That same night, the night of the 31st. So did they change that? Yeah, 8:30. Okay, so this changed also. The award ceremony was scheduled for 7:30 to 8:30. Now it's scheduled for 8:30 to 9:30. Okay, so I'll make sure to download this and share it too, even though it hasn't really changed at all for us. All right, now, so these test taking frequently asked questions, FAQs, these are going to be good for you guys too, all right? Events will run on SciOlympiad according to the time blocks found in the event schedule. Once one or both competitors begin, you'll have 50 minutes to complete it, okay? So they're 1 hour time blocks, but you only have 50 minutes within that time block to complete your test, all right? How can you communicate with each other during an event? We went over this last time, but let's go over it again. It has a built-in chat feature. If you haven't watched that video that's linked in the other document that I talked about last time, the video goes over that, pardon me, the video goes over that message function in some detail. It says video or audio calling and screen sharing are only allowed between official partners using any platform. So that means that you can do those things with your partner, okay? You just can't call an expert. Like you couldn't call, you know, Dr. Gaduru and ask him a question about machines during the exam. Can't do that, okay? But you can call each other. Your machine, if you're doing machines, the two partners can call each other, okay? And you can also, you can video call, you can screen share also during it. Although I'd be hesitant to screen share during it because I don't know if that would interfere with the taking of the test itself. However, if you want to, you know, FaceTime or video call or whatever on your phone, that would make sense. Anyway, okay, so how can you contact event supervisors if you have questions? Again, there is a built-in chat feature. If you have a question about, if you have a question about a question on a test that seems out of place or erroneous, you can ask them during the test. All right, how do you show your work on exams that require it? There will be a Google form or calculations to be submitted in a text field. So it'll, you know, you guys are a lot more tech savvy than us adults at this point. So I would imagine you'll be pretty well versed in doing those kinds of things. All right, and what you do for any technical issues, you know, if you lose your internet or something like that, email Harvard Brown so2021@gmail.com as soon as possible with a clear description of what happened, and also contact me so we can submit that official appeal within an hour of the conclusion of the event. This is an answer to a question that we had a long time ago, and it's already been answered, but let's just answer it again. You can bring reference materials for the events that allow reference materials as stated in the rules book, in the official rules manual. So, you know that already. Dynamic Planet, for example, allows 4 sheets of paper, so you can have them either printed out or online. It's up to you, okay? You're not permitted, however, to use internet search engines to look for answers to your exam questions. And notice that this we didn't really, it wasn't stated explicitly before, but here it is, so that's good. We are operating on an honor code. All right. So, and you'll see that honor code at the introduction of every exam that you take on Sunday. Violating the honor code, if it's determined that one of us has violated it, then it could result in a voided exam and the test not being scored. Okay, so it's an honor code, not looking up answers on the internet, and using just the materials that are outlined in the rules manual.
I have a question.
Yeah, Sid, go ahead.
It says the dynamic planet allows 4 sheets of paper.
Yeah,
Um,
2 sheets double-sided, right?
yeah, but I thought it was 1 binder. So is that just like an example that they've put there, or is it the actual?
Oh, dynamic planet?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You're right. That does allow a binder, doesn't it? Let me see. Hang on a sec. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. I've got this same document open in another window. So let me just go here while we're on the topic, and we'll look at dynamic planet 14. Okay. Oh yeah, 2-inch or smaller 3-ring binder. Well, that is an error on their part. They must have been referring to a different a different event. Is that Reach for the Stars that can have 4 sheets? Sid? Well, whatever it is, yeah, it's not Dynamic Planet, so they definitely messed up there. Anyway, back to this document.
Wait, I just went away for 1 second. So
Oh.
was I right?
Yeah, you were right. But so they must be referring to something else that allows 4 sheets of paper. I imagine they will submit a correction to that. Is it Reach for the Stars that allows 4 sheets of paper?
Yes.
Okay, so that's probably what they're talking about. Yeah, so they screwed that up. Okay, so again, the honor code is going to be on you to honor it. Okay, we have the events here. We know what events are running and which ones are not. And then the last 2 items refer to events that are taking place in Division C, the high school division. So we don't have to worry about those. I'm going to close my window just 1 second. All right. So any questions? I'm going to be sharing, or I already did share this document on the Google Drive. But any questions?
Oh yeah, one more question. It said that each person gets their own copy of their notes, and the notes don't have to be the same.
Yeah.
So does that technically mean we get double the notes that we actually thought we were going to have?
I suppose so. Yeah, I wish I'd known that earlier, but there's such a thing as having too many notes too. I mean, and if each of you have your own set of notes, that I mean, that could be an advantage, but I'm not convinced it would be. So I actually like the idea of both of you working on notes together. It not only gets you communicating more, but it also means that you now have 2 people who are familiar with the same set of notes. But technically, yeah, it looks. Let me just go back to it real quick. But that is what it says, right?
Yeah, I thought we could do something like just make 8 pages of notes together, and then one person prints out like the first 4 pages,
Mm-hmm.
and then next person prints out the next 4 pages.
Yeah, if you want to, coordinate that'd be fine.
Do we have to print out our sheets?
No, you don't have to. In
Okay.
fact, it's probably going to be I mean, for some events, it's going to be kind of difficult to do that. What I would suggest is that you have a separate screen okay, or even a separate computer.
Yeah, because I have a second monitor, so.
Yeah, great. Okay, so if you have a second monitor or even a second computer, then you can have your notes open on that while you're taking the test on the other one. Okay. But you certainly don't have to print them out. It says that you can, but you don't have to. Now, Sid, you were saying, okay. Right, right. So even though their example is wrong, if an event allows 4 sheets of paper, each competitor is allowed to have 4 sheets of paper, and the 4 sheets do not necessarily have to be the same content. So you're right. You and your partner can have different sets of notes, meaning that you could double the size of the notes. Okay. So any other questions on this document? Okay, again, make sure you share that with your parents, and in other words, have them read it, because there's stuff on there that they need to do as well. Okay. All right, let me open the breakout rooms. We only have about 10 minutes, maybe even not quite. So I'll restart the meeting when it automatically ends. Just come back, and if you want to go into a breakout room, I'll create them again for you. Okay. But I'd like to see everybody come back after the automatic ending of the meeting so that you have some time to spend together. Okay, so here we go. Let's see, those of you who haven't joined yet, are you still waiting for the invitation?
Yeah. I have a question. Is there a Crime Busters meeting? Like breakout room?
Yep, Andrew's in there. Do you
Okay.
want to go there, Alex?
Sure. Well, that's not my partner, but sure.
Oh, okay.
Cause wait, what about water quality?
Water quality?
Because I don't think Kate's there either.
Yeah, nobody's in water quality right now.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know.
Well, it's always useful to talk to somebody else who's doing the same event, even if you're not their partner. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll put you in Crime Busters with Andrew. Okay.
Okay.
All right. And Aiden, where would you like to go?
Meteorology.
You got it. Remy, what room would you like to go in? So let's see.